welcome to our special reading of Annie and the Waves. My name is Grace and I'm a surf lifesaver, and what I love about the beach is going swimming with friends.
Hi everyone, my name's Liam. I'm also a surf lifesaver and I like playing in the water, especially on a hot day.
So some of you may not have been to the beach before. You might have rivers, lakes, dams, pools around your area. How do you reckon you should stay safe in those kind of areas?
If you're staying in an area like that and going swimming there, it's probably best to make sure that you go swimming with an adult or a person that you trust.
Because if no one can see you, no one can save you. Isn't that right?
That's right. What other things can we do to stay safe, Grace?
Well, don't ever go swimming in a body of water that you're not quite familiar with, and always go swimming with an adult. Now, if you see someone who's in trouble in the water, do you know what number to call?
That's right, you should call 000.
Because if in any emergency, you want a professional to help. So remember to call 000 if you see someone in distress.
What are some things we can do to stay sun safe?
Always wear a long sleeve top just to keep that sun off your body, or a hat, slap on some sunscreen and some sunnies. Anything else?
Make sure that we stay in a shady area, like underneath a tent or underneath a tree.
Now we've got a special guest today, Louise Lambeth. She's the author of Annie and the Waves, and she's going to be doing the reading with us.
Hi everyone, I'm Louise. I'm a surf lifesaver and I'm the author of the children's book Annie and the Waves. I wrote this book to help children learn how to be safe at the beach, and I'm going to enjoy reading it to you today. Annie was excited. She was going to the beach, not just for one day, but for a whole week. Annie's in her bedroom. She's pretending to be at the beach. I wonder if you have fun pretending.
Now, Annie seems to be doing a lot to keep sun safe in her room. What kind of things do you think she's doing, Louise?
Well, Annie's got some shade. She's got an umbrella, which is really important in the hottest part of the day.
Yeah. She's also wearing a hat here and a rashie, just to keep the sun off her skin.
And she has some sunscreen, and I can see some sunglasses as well that will protect her eyes from the harsh sun. Two surf lifesavers had visited Annie's school to talk about how to stay safe at the beach. Annie had fun dressing up as a surf lifesaver. They're dressed in red and yellow, just like Grace and I are.
Yep.
She learned that some beaches are safer than others, and that the safest place to swim is between the red and yellow flags. That's because it's important. If they can see you, they can save you. The surf lifesavers explain what to do if you need help in the water. Stay calm, that means don't panic, and raise your hand to show the surf lifesavers that you need help. Can we practice that, Grace? What do you think?
Yep. Now let's practice raising our arms and staying calm for help. Great job, everyone.
Annie saw pictures of different kinds of waves. One wave was rushing up on the beach and it could drag you back into deep water. This is called a surging wave. It's a very powerful wave. You can see that Annie's tail's getting wet, her bucket and her ball are going into the water, and I think she's going to lose the umbrella as well too. Another wave was big and dangerous. This is called a plunging or a dumping wave. It's a very powerful wave and it can push you down onto the sandbank. I wonder if you've seen this wave at the beach. The last wave had a little white cap that just spilled over the top. This was the safest kind of wave. This is called a spilling wave, and it's a great way for you to bodyboard or to body surf. Soon it was the holidays, and Annie packed her bags. I don't think she's going to be able to close that suitcase. She might need some help. I can see that Annie has her sunscreen, her sun hat, her rashie. She's got sunglasses, and she's also got her bodyboard. But Annie also has a little special friend with her, her teddy bear. And I have my teddy bear that I take away when I go on holidays. I just wonder whether you've got something special that you take when you go on holidays. The car trip was long. There's Annie's house. She's going past the sheep, past the cows, across the river, into the suburb, through the big city, and she's finally at the campsite. And there are the red and yellow flags. I wonder if you can see the red and yellow flags.
Now, that car trip looks pretty long. What kind of things do you do in the car?
Oh, if I'm going on a long car trip, I like to play I Spy. What do you do, Grace?
Well, I like to listen to music with my family.
Sometimes I like to have a sleep if it's a really long trip as well. Annie put sunscreen on and packed her hat and water bottle. She was excited about her first visit to the beach. It's really important you put your sunscreen on before you arrive at the beach. That way you're already protected. And it's important that you put your sunscreen on every 3 to 4 hours to keep your skin safe. Annie's also brought some water along. It can be really hot at the beach, and it's important that you drink lots of water to keep hydrated. When Annie arrived, she thought the waves looked big and dangerous. She held her mum's hand tightly. She did not want to go into the water. I think Annie's feeling a little bit nervous. I wonder when you go to the beach whether you feel excited or nervous. Today, Annie would build a sandcastle.
Do you guys like building sandcastles? What other activities might you want to do on the beach? What about you, Louise?
I like collecting shells. What about you, Grace?
I like playing in the water with my family.
The next morning, Annie was quiet. She remembered those big waves. There's Annie with her family, walking to the beach. Everybody looks happy, but not Annie. She's remembering those big waves. But today the waves were different. They had little white caps and were gentle. There's that spilling wave, the one that's good to ride your bodyboard on. Annie's big brothers ran off to swim between the red and yellow flags, but Annie still did not want to go into the water. Have you ever felt nervous or worried about something when everybody else around you seems quite confident? It's okay if you feel that way. You don't have to go into the water, whether it's a river, a dam, a creek, a lake, a pool, or the beach. It's your choice. Annie, let's go meet the surf lifesavers, said Dad. Annie hid behind her dad's legs. I think she's a little bit shy. A surf lifesaver was sitting on the sand. Hello, are you going in for a swim? He asked. Annie shook her head. It's lovely in the water today, he said with a smile. The waves are small. Annie told him about the surf lifesavers who had visited her school.
It can sometimes make us feel nervous to meet new people, but lifesavers like us in the red and yellow, we're always safe to approach and ask for help. What kind of questions would you ask a lifesaver, Louise?
I think I'd ask a surf lifesaver where the safest place to swim would be. What about you, Grace?
I would ask lifesavers maybe whereabouts the rocks are in the water.
Yeah, so any hazards or dangers, and they'll be able to let you know.
Yeah.
Oh, Grace, I'm wondering, is there other people that are safe in the community?
Yeah. So you can talk to police officers, firemen and firewomen, ambulance drivers, yep, paramedics, those kind of emergency services people.
Yep, so if you need help, you can always ask a safe person in your community. Annie now felt brave enough to go for her first swim. With Dad by her side, she ducked and dived and splashed in the waves. I think she's splashing Dad there. Annie had a great week. She learned to bodyboard by paddling out through the surf and riding the waves back to shore. See, Annie's not scared anymore. She's had the support of Dad and the surf lifesavers. She's ready to go into the water. It's her choice. The days zoomed by and soon it was their last day. Annie's family were going to have one last swim in the ocean. Annie's family are packing up and Annie's saying to Dad, can we please have one last swim in the ocean? Annie ran down to the water's edge to wait. She knew she shouldn't go into the water on her own, but she liked the feeling of the waves tickling her toes. Suddenly, Annie felt a wave rise up around her. Then it happened.
What do you think happened, Louise?
I wonder. Let's turn the page and find out. The wave roared back into the ocean. Annie felt herself being dragged into the deep water. Annie took a big breath and remembered what the surf lifesavers had said to do if you need help. Stay calm. That means don't panic and raise your hand. Help was on its way. There's a surf lifesaver with a rescue tube. She wears a red and yellow quartered cap so you can see her when she's in the water. Soon Annie was safely back on the shore. You were very clever to know what to do when you needed help, said Annie's mum proudly. Annie promised her mum that she would never ever go into the water by herself again. She's having a lovely hug with mum. Dad looked at Annie. Are you ready to go home now? Can we please have one more swim before we go? Annie asked. This had been the best holiday ever. Annie and her family are enjoying their last swim in the ocean. But all holidays come to an end. This is the end of Annie's holiday. She's packed up in the car, looking at the window, and the sign is saying, "Thank you for visiting Ocean Beach. Please drive safely." I wonder how you feel when your holiday comes to an end. Are you tired? Are you sad? You might just be a little bit excited to be going home and telling all your friends about your wonderful holiday.
Well, thank you so much, Louise, for reading Annie and the Waves with us today. Awesome job. And we look forward to seeing you on the beach.
Thank you.
That was a really good story. Thanks so much, Louise.
Now, Liam, do you remember how Annie was staying sun safe at the beach?
Yep, she was making sure she wore her hat, she had a rash vest on, and she wore plenty of sunscreen.
She did. She also had an umbrella up and she was wearing some sunglasses too. Now, do you remember how she felt when she first arrived at the beach?
She was really nervous. She was worried because the waves were really big and they were quite scary.
Yeah, I'd be scared too. Now, do you remember how she stayed safe at the beach?
She made sure that she went with her family because if no one can see you, no one can save you. And she also spoke to the surf lifesavers in the red and the yellow.
That's right. She got into some trouble in the end. Do you remember what happened?
A big surging wave came and it washed her out to sea and she got pulled out.
But she remembered what the lifesavers had told her at school. What did she do?
She made sure she stayed nice and calm, she put her arm up and she waited for help.
Good job. Now always remember to stay calm, raise your hand, and don't panic. Great job. Now, we had heaps of fun reading Annie and the Waves today. Remember, stay safe at the beach and come and talk to lifesavers when you come down.
And remember, if no one can see you, no one can save you.